Hey guys, hello. It's been a while. I joke around like, oh, it's gonna take a year, which sadly it did, because this is from Feb last year, and then I kept on postponing it, or I don't know if it's considered. I don't know, because I always have like some excuse, like, oh, I need natural light. Oh, I need because I ordered a microphone. So it's some, like these wireless microphones, and I usually use my camera, but I don't have the editing tools anymore because they're expensive, like subscription based. So I'm just gonna try this for first time using my phone to record a sketchbook tour. So this is my sixth, I think, that it's in YouTube. So yeah, as always, uh, like as always, my sketchbook is filled with shit, and like, what the fuck. Anyway, if the camera shakes a lot, it's not because of me. It's because we have a fucking construction right in front of our place, and they start at 7 a.m. and it pisses me off. So anyway, other than the fucking heat, it's not as bad today, and it's very very sunny. So I guess it's the best time to do a sketchbook tour. So let's see. So stickers from a tattoo artist acquaintance, from a friend. I don't know if their store is still up, and from my Patreon a while back. So yeah, this is, as always, I covered. Stick it. So basically, oh, so basically, this is called a Denic, and they have a website online, but I didn't bother anymore because I'm only guessing it's gonna be expensive. And because I used to like Elo, ILLO, and their shipping and their sketchbook in general is fucking expensive. So I was happy having this. I bought a bunch of them. Like I think I used up the big ones. These are the big ones, like the 8x11 ones, and I only have like the smaller ones left, which I don't like the size because I actually brought one when I went to the Philippines. I brought one back home to draw on, and I barely drew on it because I don't know. I just hate it. It's not even a square. It's like a smaller version of this, basically. Anyway, so my sketchbook will be filled with OCs because I am not into anything anymore. I want to be. I don't know what, because I was in Overwatch for 4 years straight, and after that, just died instantly. So sometimes you'll see like stickers of them. It's like Overwatch stuff. So yeah, some OCs. This is before. This is Leon. Basically reused the name I had from 2000. When did I make 2010 actually? So I just reused the name, and this is like before I have updated his new design, or basically just hair. And then this was the time of Sword and Shield, which he is my favorite, obviously. And I wanted to draw a tall. He's not lanky, but like a twunk. I don't know. Like I just wanted to practice on his type of body type, and yeah, it was fun drawing him. Like even though sometimes I exaggerated a bit, it it's still fun to draw him. And then yeah, my OCs. Oops, I want to cover this, like just stick it together, but at the same time, yeah, because it's really off model, like really bad. These are bad. All of them are mostly bad. Maybe I should, but there's some info here that, some of them anyway. Um, some like just small stuff, but whatever. And it's basically like almost every sketchbook I have, I always end up drawing like their profiles. But I hate front view. I don't know why I drew them front view. Should be three-fourth. But yeah, here we are. And then more OCs. This is before I also updated his design and stupid dialogues. I just draw a lot of because I'm gonna sit down because basically I get questions about how do I make my sketchbooks filled, like they look full. I don't actually, what the hell is this? I don't actually plan them out at all. Like, like how it's placed in a sketchbook. It's just like just start whatever, and then you don't have to follow the sequence of the page. You just like, oh, I start here, and like I want to start here, and then I continue here, and then later on like, oh, I want to draw here, here, here. So you can kind of tell what overlaps what. Like this one example, this was overlaps this drawing. So obviously I drew these first, then this. Like knowing me, I would either think I would go with a full spread or just like I don't know. I just don't re-plan. Planning is different. If you really do want to plan out the spread, then that's fine. But I just mostly draw whatever I want. Sometimes when there's too much negative space, I just draw stupid doodles on it. Like some of them are kind of not bad. Like if it was me, like before, I would just, or now technically, I would just draw stuff here already. Like just put stickers or like whatever. That's why I put colors to make the drawing pop up, because I usually just have a ballpoint, like a black ballpoint. So having a color in the background makes it pop out. I know there's some people that, yeah, I'm pretty sure there are people that what they do with the color background is usually their favorite drawing in a page or something, so they put a colored background on it. For me, it's like no. Sometimes like I rarely do that, but there most of the times I do that for to just have the drawing pop up. And another I didn't even finish this. I didn't bother. I just like hated it to finish. But it's more like when I get questions of, oh, the other thing of that is I make up scenarios. It doesn't have to be canon. It doesn't have to be like part of your story or not. It's the point of it's just giving them dialogues and like giving them a scenario to look like you could draw from different poses, expressions, perspective, and even background, because I don't fucking draw backgrounds. So it's just mostly like help them like um the different views of a character, something like that. Also, this is the updated design of this guy. This one. He has a man bun now. But yeah, like example, like my OCs, I drew them when they were in college. And also I draw them reversed. Like when you read a Western comics, it's just like like this. I draw them like from here. Sometimes it depends the spread, but sometimes I draw like this, going like this, or like this. So I'm the only one who understands my own shit. So for this one, I think I drew this, and then maybe like this. Maybe these, and then this, and then because this one's like the story of it. But this one's just like I sometimes draw headshots because I would forget my own OCs. Like I would forget what my own OCs look like because Caden has a specific face shape that I couldn't get back then. It's like a diamond shape, and I don't really have OCs, so I wanted him to make him very special to me. Like everything's very different, other than like I don't usually even give my characters moles. He's the only character who has moles, actually, a mole on his face. So something like that. Anyway, that's when I watched the Naruto movies. I only watched like three, but I love the one that they had summer outfits on them, and they're so cute. I didn't even bother coloring them. That's how much I'm like. I just move on. I didn't care, but they're my favorite characters. And this was the if you've seen my previous video, I did a spread of this. So basically, just like a sped up. It took I think 3 hours. This whole spread because I drew them from scratch. I think like from the sketching to, and then I always almost went with like a normal speed, and I was like, no, 3 hours of this is ridiculous. I don't think anyone would want to watch it. Like, if especially there's no like someone talking in it. It's just looking at me draw for 3 hours. It's I mean, there are some people might be okay with it, but that's ridiculous. So I sped it up and had like a what do you call this? I just spoke a bit of stuff. I couldn't even speak the whole time, but anyway, that was fun. This one looks a bit more kind of complete, and basically, I put my OCs in scenarios that doesn't make sense at all. I just like I want to draw this kind of thing happening in this scene, and then I want, it's just like putting whatever I want. You don't have to overthink it sometimes. Like it's just in the end, it depends on you. It depends on the artist what they want to do. So sometimes I want to practice like, okay, I want to draw this type of pose. I want to try at least like two characters, like talking or interacting. It helps with it for me. It helps with not posing, interaction, expression, and poses, whatever. And this I went back to like because this is One Piece basic. If you don't know, this is a fan art, but I went back to I didn't really go far when I first watched it, so I went back to the very beginning again, and then obviously, who's my favorite? um, and this is the awkward stage of like I don't know how to draw them yet, so I have to keep drawing to get used to them. So it has like this awkward hair, and then whatever, and more OCs, and these are redraw from a 2002 drawing. These I hate your face. Cover it up. And more OC stuff. Like same, like I put them in scenarios that not even canon, but it's still fun. So it helps me do more expressions. I shouldn't sit because it makes me lazier. So yeah, it gives them like expressions. And then make up dialogues for fun. And more OCs. It's kind of like when I say like fake scenarios, so some of them is true, some of them is not. So it just like for one, like they work in a cafe, like at least Caden work part time there, kind of like that, and they just give them like random whatever scenarios, and I put colors to help it like not look too boring and flat. Oh my god, the house is shaking. More stuff. They work in a cafe shit. It's like the typical like, oh, they work in a cafe. It's like it's for myself, okay? It's for fun. And more of that. And so it's like, my friend drew this. I wrote this. Oh my god. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm bored at making fake scenarios, I tend to just like go back to just drawing whatever I want. Like this is like inserted and this is inserted. So this one is still Caden. His name's so awkward. Caden. Well, for those who don't know, I took that name from fucking Caden from Mass Effect because I love him and I like the name. Well, that's specific spelling because his spelling of his name is Kaidan, but I have to think too hard because of how to say it. So I changed it to E, so it's Kden, then just like a weird spelling. Anyway, I don't know what's up with this pose. I didn't use references or anything. I just sometimes there's just times I really don't care. But yeah, this might be from a pose. I think. Not too sure. Maybe not because it looks bad. if it looks bad, I would just say I didn't use a pose. More OCs. This one is updated. Fuck. This dude, I hated his hair. I was like, I gotta change it. So now it's a man bun. And I was trying to design more stuff for tattoos. Oh, and MBTI. You should look up, if you don't know your MBTI, you should look it up. Take the test or quiz. Because I'm actually an ISTJ. And before, I thought I was an INFJ. And then when I read about it, it's like it doesn't sound like me. So I took the test way after again, and then is apparently what I got. It sounds more like me. And there's more here. So dirty because of the bulb. Even though it's like I draw back to back, it's just I could tell that I got really bored and tired getting to this because it's just awful, awful looking. Some more OCs. So yeah, that's what I try to do as well. Like give them different facial, even though they don't usually even do this type of facial expression at all. They it's a good practice. And this is her older, a bit older. More OCs, expressions, blah 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 blah. My friend was giving me a recipe. Oh, my friend. Oh yeah, my friend dropped by in June. Oh no no. Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, she dropped by June. Was it June? No, July. What the fuck? July last year. So she joined my page. A spread, rather, not a page. More OCs is Nareen. I made her around 2012 or 11. 12 around there. I still like drawing her sometimes. Oh my goodness, it's so thick. Yeah, this one I covered up a lot. I don't remember what's behind this anymore. So I like doing the cover up thing, but I also hate the posted paper because it's rough. I hate it. Um, yeah, I even erased some stuff here because when I use this shitty whatever this thing is, I could see some markings on it. Um, ugh, it's just smearing everywhere. Yeah, so Layla's the one I draw a lot because I draw whatever I want. And more One Piece. My one TP. One through piece. Yeah, it's just. Ugh. I just drew an older Luffy and shit, so I'm like. An older Zoro. I was that's this guy. This guy. I was just changing his hairstyle because I hated it. This is. I was still drawing his old hair. So lazy. I'm just making sure that it's not out of the shot. But yeah, this is the hair I'm going with now. Not this one. This one. It's very weird. Yeah. Not like this, but like this. I don't know. So I was still playing around it. Yeah. So like I draw them in. I can tell when I get really, really impatient with when I render this. It's so like, not uniform. So basically, like this one, like make made up scenarios. So I different expression. I could tell that I got really lazy of inking this, or both, like sketching and inking. I drew them more. See this marine. There's another OC that I'm not happy with yet. So he's supposed to have like a reddish pink hair, and then the only marker I had was, or I think my friend only had this color, or was it me? I don't remember. I was like, okay, that's the wrong color. So I'm like, whatever, I don't care. Yeah. So Caden does a lot of manual labor. That's how he got all his muscles. Cause when he was young, I don't have it here. Let me get my sketchbook. This is my newer sketchbook. And look how full of shit it's very. No, it's actually not too long. Anyway, point is, when he was younger, in college, he wasn't buff at all. He was pretty small. Yeah, like this. And then when he started working a lot of manual labor jobs, that's how he gained a lot of muscle. But he's not overly muscular. There were times, like I don't know if you've noticed that there are times he's very buff, because like this, or was it more? Like he was overly buff, and I was like, no, he's not supposed to be too buff. Yeah, like where's this? Just drawing. Like this one, it's not too bad. Maybe this is too buff. I don't know. But the point is, it's not supposed to be that buff. Because Jake, um, the OC I have with him, is supposed to be like very wide, but he's way buffer than Kaden. So these are old, so that's why I'm like, oh, no, what the fuck am I? So that's why I'm like, oh wait, he's not supposed to be that buff. And so I'm like, okay, those old drawings. So yeah, that's how he got his muscles. So he's a type that has a bunch of different types of jobs, like from like moving to construction to whatever. Anything that doesn't have to use a lot of brain. Yeah, brain power. See, another portrait thingy. It's not as bad, but still bad for me. So even this is bad. It's all bad. It's another those scenarios. They're very tiny though. So I ended up with this stupid face. I think this makes sense. And they're a duo basically. And it's always Caden also worked with cooking as well, so he sometimes has to cook for both of them, and then they both have huge appetites. My pen here is shit. And it's like a made up scenario of like so they'll eat his half too. It's like, please make me food. I was like, fine. Marry me. Just starts eating it. But yeah. Whatever Caden, whatever his work is, he learns a lot from it. So he never regrets working in different types of jobs because he learns so much from it. This part, I was trying to make another. I was actually trying to design a VTuber, but I'm like, nope. I'm bad at designing, so I sketched so much and I never went anywhere with it. So, ugh. Oh, this one was covered a lot because I was really angry at it. I don't know what the fuck. So basically, this small thing here was when I went to Manila to had my eyes done. I had LASIK, so I don't wear glasses anymore, which is cool for tattooing because fuck it. I still wear a mask when I tattoo because I still get clients that got COVID and I haven't gotten it yet, so I don't want to ever. But yeah, anyway, like I covered it up with I had some. This is a small one I talked about. This is a small version of this one. So I brought the small one when I went there, and whenever I wait for some, I just draw. But for some reason, I just hated the size because I'm so used to the big one. So this one is like I just drew whatever shit, and I cut the whole thing off the sketchbook and just stuck it here. So I just drew whatever. Kate likes eating. Yeah, and this was a waiter. I was like, oh, I'm drawing. Yeah, yeah. More weird. What the fuck is this shit? My God! Stop shaking the house. Yeah, it's like such a waste. I just like rip it. Not rip it. I cut it with a. And then I went back to doing more OCs, and it was just a bad time, I guess, because I can tell that drawing's really bad. I remember this, so and I tried. It was a while because I was away. I went to Manila or the Philippines for like a month or more, and to the point that I even forgot how to draw my own OCs. It's just really fucking weird, but it happens to me too often. So I kept on drawing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Slowly got back to remembering. Yeah, gay shit, gay shit. Oh, this is basically where is this? think it's surprisingly started up here, huh? Started here. It's like what? It's like you went out with him. Why? And it's like he's not that bad. You just need to know him better. It's like wait, you kissed him, did you? She doesn't like this bozo. This bozo. She finds him kind of shady. But because Kaden never really had a relationship before, like a legit relationship with someone else, so she's always wary of him. Like, you know. So there was one time I think they went on a date. It's just stupid shit I just like drew for no reason. So this Cole, the dude, I keep on going back. The one I upgraded, the one I changed the this one. This dude also works with Soleil, so they're the ones that kind of like was looking after Caden and stuff. Yeah, stupid shit. It's not even they got caught. They actually came out of the bushes. That's stupid. Oh, this whole thing is covered with post-its. It's awful. And this one was and they're in college as well. This looks closer to the one I drew here because I think I was still transitioning from drawing them from high school. So it's like they look like kids still. So this is closer to how they're supposed to look like. Then I drew my friend's OC. And then I drew more stupid shit. Oh, this was that new the other OC had Lunette who has a crush on Soleil, and she's very awkward with anything. So Kato's just like telling her like you should smile. And it's like last thing you want to be told is like to smile. But she was fine, so she smiles, and then she's like, "Yay, so happy!" And then she's pissed at him. I don't know, but yeah, we're almost done. It's not that long. It's like I do like this feel. I don't know. No need the fuck. Oh, I spilled coffee on this. Oh, I was with a friend. Oh, yeah, we were drinking coffee and we were just hanging out in cafes and stuff, and I just drew these. Spilled coffee. And the story about this. It was basically like maybe 5 pages I skipped. I was like, wait a minute. So all these previous pages were all blank. I was like, what the fuck? This is a bit older. So I just kind of like inked it and colored it. And my friend tried to draw on my page. She was dead. Oh, this the VTuber. I was like, I don't want to draw a female. I want to draw a guy. And then I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? So, and this is the last spread of my OCs. There's this new OC I made that works with Caden with construction. So he's more like an older dude, and I think Caden kind of has a crush on him. I don't know if it's crush is a crush. You don't have to be sexually, but Caden is technically not too sure if he's bi or pan, but yeah, the point of this is because I don't want to say anything about the story, but he reminds Caden of Jake because they're like childhood friends. So like, maybe just physically, kind of looks like Jake a bit. And he always looks after Caden because Caden is always like kind of hard headed sometimes because he wants to do a lot of work, so to finish the job quickly. And he told like stop carrying so many of them. Of course, he fucked up his back. And then and he always like yeah, that's it. That's my. I don't know if I rambled too long, but at least 30 minutes is not. I'll take 29 minutes and 12 seconds. But point is, I could ramble on, but it's easier for me to ramble when I have something to answer or like an idea or a subject because the only one I always remembered was the how do you fill the sketchbooks, And then for me it's just like if you want to plan stuff, plan it. If you don't want to, just draw whatever. Because whenever I draw stuff like this, I don't plan it out. I just think of the scenario first. Example, like for it easier is you just make a scenario like this one's like okay, they're working and they need a break, so the boss fills in for a while until they finish their break with this other coworker, and so I just like make like a scenario of like, okay, so what are they doing in the what are they doing, blah blah blah. It's different when she's the one working. She acts differently when she's the one filling in for her colleagues and stuff. And then so I just like make scenarios like even though they're not canon. So I just like draw whatever I feel like drawing. And as long as it fits the page, I just draw it. So I think it's different when you don't see the full like how you see me like try like start sketching it instead of just seeing the whole product, because I understand that because it looks a lot. But as I've said, I start with blank pages. It is kind of it's like how do I start? Where do I start? For me, it's just if you really don't know sometimes and you want to draw, just do headshots, and slowly from there, like okay, you might think like, oh, I kind of want them to draw this in this outfit, or I want to draw. That's the one thing about having OCs is you can draw whatever you want. So you can draw them scenarios. What it goes, they could be talking, they could be doing something, and then something happens, and you just kind of draw like slowly, and then until you get used to it, because it's not easy to just draw out of nothing. Obviously, like seeing a blank page is kind of overwhelming. I know the feeling. So, um, I don't like this paper. It's so thin. Quadro. Yeah. So look how crunchy this is. Ugh, awful. I rendered the shit out of my paper, so I might go to Michael's today and see if they still have it, because I can't find the fucking this sketchbook anymore there online, and I'm so sad. So it's big possibility that I don't sell anymore, because it's a kind of thick paper, thicker than this shit. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah, it's just saying that I keep bouncing, bouncing subject because that's how my brain is. I remember something, I just say it. But so yeah, it's just you just get used to it. Some people also think about the sketchbook size you like. Do you prefer sketching tiny? Do you prefer sketching big? Are you okay with the really big ones, the smaller ones? You just have to, because I have so many sketchbooks that I end up not using because of whatever particular reason. It could be like, oh, I don't like the paper. Oh, I don't like the shape. Oh, until you find the right one, or you're not picky, which is even better if you're not picky. So, um, yeah, it's just like finding yourself first, and then later on you'd find like, oh, what type of materials you like to use. Do you like markers, pens, multiliners? Do you like pencil, erasable pens like this? I have a bunch of them, but for me, using this um makes everything stiff for me, because I'm not gonna if you know, but if you know, you know. But it's just this artist that I follow, and they use a erasable pen, and for me, I don't like it because it makes your drawing stiff. I tried to record yesterday, but so for me, it's like I like drawing fundamentals first. The sketch it like rough. You know, some people are able to like draw like straight on forward, like, oh, I like drawing right away. But to me, it makes your drawing not. This is not for every artist, okay? But for me, it just makes your drawing stiff because you know you you don't draw from not scratch, but you don't put fundamentals under it. I hate it, but in general, these are cool. I have a bunch of them. They're not cheap too. They're pretty pricey. But anyway, cause my friend made me this pencil case. I love it so much. I use this cheap as pen, and you can only find this in the Philippines, which is like 10 cents each or something, and they come in like 50 per box. So I have a lot of these because I go through them pretty fast because I render the shit out of things, as you can tell. So for me, since we're already here, I'll just like show what I have in here, which 90% I don't even use. So I have whiteout, liquid whiteout, um, Oh my goodness, kneaded eraser. What the fuck? Kneaded eraser, plastic eraser is just my favorite plastic. Um, Gold because Soleil has like gold accessories. Of course the black pen, black ballpoint. I don't like multiliners because it can't do the You know how like multiliners like it's like it's gel. Is it considered gel? I think it is gel. But for ballpoints, I need a blank page for this shit. Blank. I don't want to use my current one. So for ballpoints, I'm able to do really light lines. You know, like okay, I'm not sure about that line, so I kind of wanna. Okay, so then you make it darker. You know, multiliners can't do that. That's why I love ballpoints. But the only bad thing about this, you cannot use alcohol-based markers. You can only use water-based markers for that. And so obviously I use Prismacolor. Carmine Red is my favorite. I like warm colors. I also have this inside for some reason. You could also layer that. Like you start with lighter colors and then you end up with darker colors, stuff like that. Some people have yellows, I don't have anything here. Yeah. Yellows or orange, pink, red. So it's easier for build up to make sketches on top. Oops, sketches on top. Forgot the mic is on me. And then what I do is I use the kneaded eraser, kind of wipe it or whatever. So it takes a bit of the pencils, and then I use the ballpoint over it. And I usually have water-based markers. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. It could be Crayola, it could be whatever. But I do prefer the big brush because I could color more space than just the really tiny ones. Of course, I have this eraser, another eraser. I have some gel pens here that I use just to write, so they're not really part of it. And I have a ruler, obviously. And I have the white. Sometimes I use it if I feel like it. And then pen. Yeah, that's mostly it. This is the only thing I have. I would need more colors for, water-based markers, but this is basically what I use to draw. And I'm not fancy or anything. I don't use markers that are full on rendered shit, because one, I use ballpoint. Two, it goes through pages of the sketchbook, which I hate. But yeah, it's just if you have any questions or like some inquiries, I don't know, just let me know, comments below, or like just let me know if you need any other something you want to hear from me. Not like how do you draw anatomy, not like like specific ones. Like this is all stuff I use. For some people there's like, oh, how do you draw in a page, blah blah blah. It's like I can explain it, but I can't really help you unless you do it yourself. Same with like how to draw stings. I'm like, you can't learn unless you do it. Like there's so many free shit online now that you can find that you know that you can use to draw. I use reference for even Pinterest. That's much as Pinterest is the place. Um, that's where I get a lot of reference sometimes just to bookmark it. And also same with like how do you learn are you better with tracing? I know tracing is not a big thing. I mean, is it technically a big thing? Um, it's more on like learning part of tracing. But for me, tracing isn't the best way to learn because it cripples you. Um, Even if you get shapes from it, I don't think that's really helpful at all. It's better to challenge yourself more by not tracing and just looking at the reference. For me, that makes me learn faster. It's more difficult, but it actually makes you learn better than tracing it. Doing shapes always will help. Um, yeah, I'm just rambling on now because I'm done with my stupid sketchbook. I don't know when the next one will be because let me put these away. Oops, should put that there. So helpful because the next one I have is this. I've had Rhodia. I don't know if you've heard of Rhodia before, but technically they're nice as long as you don't draw like me. I draw like I crush everything. So that's why I can't draw on the backside because it's shit. It's so thin. So I'm not even halfway yet. So this is a lot of pages. How many pages is this? I don't even know. Yeah, so it's a lot. So I don't know when the next thing is, but this is I draw portrait mode, but it's even longer, so I can't draw properly on it because my boobs are in the way. So yeah, anyway, I hope I don't know. I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping well because of the construction and other reasons. But yeah, thank you for watching and for listening to me ramble on because my brain is dead but alive at the same time. Um, yeah, thank you for watching. And if you have any questions or whatever, or something you want to see from me, just let me know. Comment, please. And, stay safe and take care of yourself. Bye.